Shocking rumor. What's really going on with Joey Bosa, and why are Buffalo Bills fans suddenly so concerned? Reports are beginning to surface that something unexpected could be unfolding involving the star pass rusher, news that no one saw coming across the National Football League. While some believed a potential move or opportunity was on the horizon, this latest development is being described as disappointing and surprising at the same time. But here's the twist. This situation could have a ripple effect, impacting not just Bosa's future, but also Buffalo's plans moving forward. So what exactly is happening, and why are fans reacting this way? Stay tuned as we break it all down. What's going on, Bills Mafia? Today we've got a story that is shaking up the entire NFL rumor mill, and honestly, this is one of those moments where excitement, confusion, and concern are all colliding at once. Because right now, a shocking rumor involving Joey Bosa has surfaced, and if there's any truth to it, it could completely change the direction of the Buffalo Bills defense heading into the 2026 season. Now, before we go any further, let's be clear. This is still developing, and not everything is officially confirmed. But multiple insiders are hinting at something serious happening behind the scenes, and it's not the kind of news fans were hoping for. For weeks now, there has been speculation that the Bills were exploring ways to upgrade their pass rush. After a season where the defense showed flashes of dominance but struggled with consistency in big moments, the front office, led by Brandon Beane, has been actively looking at high-impact players who could push this unit over the top. And that's where the name Joey Bosa entered the conversation. At first, it sounded like a dream scenario. A proven elite edge rusher, a player who, when healthy, can completely take over games. Pairing him with the existing defensive core in Buffalo, that felt like a championship-level move. Fans were excited. Analysts were intrigued. Everything pointed toward a potential blockbuster move that could send a message to the entire league. But now, things have taken a turn. According to emerging reports, there are growing concerns surrounding Bosa's current situation. Joey Bosa is undeniably talented. When he's on the field, he's one of the most disruptive defensive players in football. His ability to pressure quarterbacks, stop the run, and create chaos is exactly what teams like the Bills are looking for. But the key word there is when. Over the past few seasons, injuries have become a recurring theme, and that's something front offices simply cannot ignore, especially when you're talking about a major investment. So now the question becomes, are the Bills getting cold feet? Sources close to the situation suggest that Buffalo may be reconsidering how aggressively they want to pursue this move. And if that's true, it's a huge shift from where things seemed to be just days ago. Because earlier reports indicated that the Bills were not just interested, they were seriously evaluating what it would take to bring Bosa into the fold. For fans, this is where the sad news part really hits. Because the idea of Joey Bosa in a Bills uniform wasn't just exciting, it felt like the missing piece. It felt like the kind of move that could finally push this team past rivals like the Kansas City Chiefs, who have consistently been a roadblock in the postseason. It felt like a statement of intent. But now, instead of excitement, there's uncertainty. And uncertainty is something Bills fans know all too well. You've got a team led by Josh Allen, one of the most electrifying quarterbacks in the league. You've got a roster that is loaded with talent on both sides of the ball, but year after year it feels like something is just missing when it matters most. And that's why a move like this, bringing in a player of Bosa's caliber, felt so important. Now imagine that slipping away. Or worse, imagine the Bills going through with the move, only for it to backfire due to injuries or unmet expectations. That's the risk. That's the dilemma. And that's exactly what the front office is wrestling with right now. There's also another layer to this story that hasn't been talked about enough, and that's the financial side. Bringing in a player like Joey Bosa isn't just about talent. It's about cap space, contract structure, and long-term planning. The Bills have already made significant investments in their core players, And every move from here on out has to be calculated. So if there's even a slight doubt about Bosa's ability to stay healthy and perform at an elite level, it makes sense that Buffalo would hesitate, because one wrong move could set the team back, not just for one season, but for multiple years. Still, that doesn't make it any easier for fans to accept, because let's face it, this team is in win-now mode. The window is open, but it won't stay open forever, and every off-season move matters. Every decision carries weight, and when a potential game-changing addition suddenly becomes uncertain, it's frustrating. Now, here's where things get even more interesting. Some reports are hinting that other teams are still very much in the mix for Bosa. Teams that may be willing to take the risk, teams that believe the upside outweighs the concerns, and if one of those teams pulls the trigger and Bosa returns to peak form, that's the kind of scenario that could haunt Buffalo. Imagine facing him in the playoffs. Imagine him lining up against your offensive line, knowing he could have been on your side. That's the nightmare scenario. But at the same time, if the Bills walk away and Bosa continues to struggle with injuries, it could end up being the smartest decision they've made all off-season. That's the gamble. That's the reality of the NFL. And right now, nobody knows how this is going to play out. What we do know is this: the situation is fluid, the rumors are real, and the stakes are incredibly high. For Bills fans, this is one of those moments where you have to trust the front office, even if it's hard. Because while the idea of landing a star like Joey Bosa is exciting, building a sustainable championship-caliber team requires more than just big names. It requires smart decisions, calculated risks, and, sometimes, walking away from a deal that looks perfect on the surface. So where do things go from here? In the coming days, we should get more clarity. Whether it's official statements, insider confirmations, or unexpected developments, this story is far from over. And until then, all eyes are on Buffalo. Will they make the move? Will they back off completely? Or will this turn into one of the biggest what-if moments of the offseason? One thing is certain: Bills Mafia is watching closely. And whatever happens next could define the future of this team. So make sure you stay locked in, because as soon as we get updates, you already know. We're breaking it down right here. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Would you take the risk on Joey Bosa, or do you think the Bills